Hey there, friends and enemies. JoPa here again, and today I think it is time for Super Earth to give us a full supply chain map in game for Helldivers 2, as I think it's the only thing keeping the Helldivers players from accomplishing as many missions as we possibly can. And this is highlighted by the most recent major order, where we are tasked with taking a planet, but it is clear that the majority of the player base doesn't understand that if you block off certain planets first before actually taking the main objective, it will make holding that objective long term over the course of the entire major order significantly easier. And that's something that is not clearly explained in game, which I feel like is one of the major drawbacks because it's such an interesting concept. Really controlling which planets can supply and maintain other planets in order to not just have one singular objective. You don't just have to liberate a singular planet, but you also have to strategically plan which planets you want to control in order to keep hold of that planet as well. And then if we lose eventually one of those other planets, it doesn't necessarily keep us from accomplishing the objective. And that's something that, again, is not super well explained in the game, and that's the only frustration I have. I hope eventually we will get one of those full galactic maps with the pathways that show us which planets lead to other ones, because honestly it's not clear. We had one of the major orders where we had to liberate a planet, and it looked like in order to liberate that planet there was a planet next to it that you had to liberate first, but instead that planet did not actually connect to the planet we needed to liberate, so everyone liberated the wrong planet, and it was really frustrating because, again, there's no clear explanation in game. While there is one online, you can look on Reddit or Twitter, X, whatever the case may be, in order to find these maps. I think that is beyond the majority of the casual players who are looking to hop in and just accomplish major orders from time to time. And that's, again, a bit of a bummer for me personally, just because I think this is such a unique and interesting concept that just needs a little bit extra better implementation to make it as effective as I might want it to be. Now, that being said, will this completely alter the way people play? Probably not. Players are stubborn. They often don't look any deeper than they absolutely have to. I've learned this from playing games like Destiny or any other PvE game that requires communication and coordination. That being said, the more tools that are given by the developers, the less excuses that they will ultimately have. And even if those numbers shift just a bit, with more strategic players paying attention, it will make life a lot easier for everyone. And that's something that I hope gets implemented into the game sooner rather than later. It has been some time since launch, and I do feel like this is one of the main priorities that the developers should be working on, because the map clearly exists, but having a way to really look at it in game when you are looking at the galactic war would be massively beneficial, and I think completely change how many of these major orders we are passing or failing. So hopefully that does happen, but we'll have to wait and see. This is just a simple plea from somebody who enjoys this aspect of the game tremendously and wants to see it just implemented a bit better. There's other quality of life changes that I feel like would be helpful as well. I do think that we need, as a whole, a more straightforward system of how to accomplish things. I do feel like some of the times when we're looking at straight up percentage numbers, it's not always clear what the objective actually is without having to look on websites online like Reddit. But again, that all be helped out tremendously by having this supply map in game, which I think would make a lot of sense. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think this should be a priority for the developers? Do you think this would help out us Helldivers accomplishing our major orders going forward, or do you think this is not something that's really all that necessary? Anyway, let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Helps me out tremendously. Shows you want to see more Helldivers 2 content from me going forward. Have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.